Oh, hey guys and girls. Yeah, interesting day today actually. I've done something really bad, probably something I shouldn't have done. I've spent money, and sadly it's not on Talon, my Panda here. It's on something else. I just couldn't help myself. I saw it there, and I thought to myself, it's going to get destroyed if I don't look after it, and if I don't get it. So I just had to go and get it. So today, not about Talon, I'm afraid. And sorry, Talon, but you're still my number one. You know, you're still my main car, and you always will be. But yeah, I went and bought. I went and brought this. It's a Seat Marbella, as you can see. Lovely little car. Not a ding on it anywhere really. It's in fantastic condition. Not a spot of rust. There's a bit of a bodge job done on the rear bumper that someone's repaired, but to be fair, it's still in good nick. Paintwork overall is not too bad. It's faded a little bit in the sun, but we've got a bit of a naff paint job here. Someone snapped the mirror off, but I can soon get another one of those. Bird mess all over it. It'll all come off with the hose pipe. Yeah, I'm quite chuffed about this. When I first saw the car, as you can see, the interior is in amazing condition. Absolutely fantastic condition the interior is in. Got the original Seat mats. I think they're original anyway, I'm not sure. It's got the old-fashioned flappy back seat, which is quite nice. Got a bit of damage to one of the seat belts, but I have got a replacement for it, so already got one. Locks need looking at. They're still locking everything, but the top cap's come off, so I need to steal one from off another car next time I'm down the scrapyard. And the best bit about this little car is the mileage. 20,000 miles from new. So 1995 M-Reg, so it's a 1995 car. Oh look, this. Oh look. So there it is, the lock cap. Looks like someone's tried to screwdriver it. Shame the little doorway's not in there. That's alright, I got a little hedgehog that came with the car. But yeah, gearbox feels great. It's got all 5 gears in there, 5 speed, and the reverse is down there. Stereo system, wow, I haven't seen a stereo system like this before. Well, I have, but man, that's old. It's interesting. Little centre console, which probably needs a bit of tightening down a bit. Yeah, well, I don't know if that's aftermarket or if it's a genuine part in the Seat Marbellas, I'm not sure. But whatever. It has got electronic ignition, but it's still got a choke, which I found quite cool. Let's open the bonnet up. The bonnet opener upper is just there. Even all the plastics, look, which are all snapped off in my car, are still in absolutely fantastic condition. This car is in really good condition, even on the driver's side. All the plastics that snap off are still fantastic. Doors close lovely on it. No rust, like I keep saying. No rust at all. It's fantastic. It's got the 903cc engine that most Fiat owners know about. It's the same engine what's in the Cinquecento. Okay, the Cinquecento's got a different cylinder head on it, but other than that, it's about the same engine. It's got, I think the head gasket could be on its way out, or it's gone, one or the other. It's looking a bit yucky. But the car has done a lot of short miles, short runs, because it's the bloke who owned the vehicle didn't live very far away from where he works, so it's not done many runs. The reason why, it says in the car, let me show you this, guys and girls. This is what was on the car when I saw it. Car broken down, being removed, 1300 hours, Wednesday 24th of the 4th, 13. Now, Wednesday 24 of the 4th. What a coincidence. That just so happens to be the day that I got my Fiat Panda. Little Talon over there. In this very same spot. That was the exact same day, which I tell you is only 2 days ago. So, how's that? If I can manage one of these a year, that'll be interesting, won't it? But yeah, we've got just little niggles with it. The engine doesn't start up because somehow, I think it's somehow snapped off the starter motor. You can see it here. It's snapped off the starter motor, and it's done a direct short onto the engine casing or the bodywork of the car. I've got to have a look and rust treat it so it doesn't rust over. But it's just absolutely knackered it up. One of the best things ever. Now, you guys remember my old Fiat Cinquecento from the earlier videos? That just so happens to be in the scrapyard that this car came out of, and I know for a fact that that car had a lot of new parts put on it, such as new alternator, new sensors all around, which, there's been electronic ignition, it's probably got them because it's ECU controlled. New thermostat, because that was a thermostat in my video that's on YouTube. That's the thermostat I fitted, and I know it's a working thermostat, so I took it. Spare seat belt, just because. And obviously the starter motor, in case there's something wrong with the starter motor. So I've got this bearing off my Cinquecento from when it was in there. But yeah, this is all just in case. I mean, that's a brand new alternator that I'd fitted to the car when I first got it. So I know all this is good stuff, including the spark plugs that I put in the car, because these have only done 1,000 miles. Need a bit of a clean up, but I've only done 1,000 miles, so they should be still good what do you call it, spark plugs. Anyway, I could ramble on about this all day. Now, there is blemishes on the bodywork. We've got one here which seems to be quite a common thing. So that one I'm going to try and get that sorted, nip it in the bud before it gets any worse. There's a bit of damage from when it was towed in, because obviously it was brought in as scrap, so they damaged the bumper a bit, bent it a little bit, but it may come out with a bit of if I heat it up. The glass is smashed on the headlight. Maybe I can get replacement glass or replacement headlight unit for it from somewhere. That's how it should look. But yeah, you can see the damage. It's not massive. And to be fair, the price I paid for the car was 325, I think it was, or 335 I paid for the car. In the condition it's in now, literally, we've just got it here. It's just been literally taken off the back of the lorry. Shim spare wheel's got some rust in it, but that's because water's sat in there. It'll soon be cleaned up. Wheels are in good nick though, as you can see. Some great tyres on it as well. That side, yeah, it's quite new. It's still got the knobbly bits on it. This side's even better. You can see loads of tread left on it. Brakes, okay, the brakes are a bit bad, but I've not tried them yet because it's not properly tested them. Just bringing it down here, you have to really stand on the pedal hard, but I'm putting that down to the fact that the car has not got the engine running because it's servo assisted brakes on this. I'm a bit upset that I haven't got the original parcel shelf for it, but I know that parcel shelves can be quite difficult to get hold of for these little things. But you gotta love the way the seat works. It is just fabric, look. It's just a fabric seat. Oh, and I also got a free UV tube which needs to be disposed of. Yeah, a little ball of mercury in there rolling around. It's probably shot. Looks like it's in good nick though. The ends haven't frosted over yet. Maybe a working UV tube. You're supposed to change them every 12 months though, so it's probably knackered. Anyway, I'm going to get doing some work on this. I've got a battery to stick on it somewhere. That's the one that came off it. And it's actually split the battery. Sorry about the wind noise, guys. It's actually split the battery casing. I'll see if I can recover it. You never know. But I've got this one to stick on, which is the one off my Panda, which is a good battery. That was one I bought from the scrapyard for a couple of quid. And I bought a bigger one, that's a 400. And I bought a 470 for the same price. A couple of quid again. So I stuck that on, just had to modify the battery tray a little bit, which isn't the original one on my Panda anyway. This one though, the battery has been leaking, so it's looking a bit messy in here. But from what it could take to clean it up, yeah, should be absolutely fine. The car does have an alarm key fob on it, so somewhere in here I would have thought that there is an alarm on it. Oh, that's where all your relays are, down there. Interesting. But yeah, somewhere on here there's going to be an alarm, so I've got to try and find out where that is. I've not yet spotted it yet. I mean, look at those brake lines, they're in amazing condition. It is in really good nick. The gearbox looks like it's brand new, look. It must have been garage stored its whole life. Fuses. That's where all your fuses go, is it? Fascinating. I'll have to pull all that bit out and have a look underneath it. I'm interested what's underneath there, so I'll do that. Give it a good wash under here, because to get rid of that horrible battery tray that's been leaking everywhere. You can see it's not done it much good. If that's rust starting up there, look. Oh yeah. I'll clean it up and nip it in the bud, you know what I mean. It's all been out, this stuff has, because that cable should be running through down there, look. So it's all been moved at some point in time. But yeah, it's got the 6F ECU, which is what the 6F ECU, which is what the Cinquecento uses. Well, they use the 16F ECU, the modern day Cinquecentos. Well, I would say the modern day, they're not a car that's made anymore, but 16F is the car that needs the transponder chip with the key, but the 6F is the one that does not need a thingy. Yeah, it tells you there as well. Seat Marbella 903cc, which is what the engine is, carb edition, ECU or ECO, whatever ECO stands for. I know what ECU stands for, but I don't know what ECO is, unless it means eco, which is probably what it does mean. So it's probably a very economical car to drive. But I won't know until I do some checks on the engine, make sure it's all good. Got to do a compression check on the sparking plugs, and we'll go from there on and see what it's like. If the compression's all up and nice and pretty good, I'll rewire this cable back in. That has really gone crispy, that has. I'll put that cable back on and see what happens, see how we go from there. Well, guys and girls, I'm gonna have to leave you because I'm just itching to play with this. I'm just itching to play with it. I want to see if I can get it running by this evening. So, for me and my little car here. By the way, I'm open to names for the car. Sorry again about the wind. If anybody has a name that I could come up with, that'd be great. It's a little Marbella. Its native country is Spain, however the original design is Italian. So Spanish or Italian names maybe. The actual spec of the car is the Seat Marbella Fun spec. Not quite sure what's fun about it, but I'm sure it's a great laugh to drive. I know my car's very, very fun, and that's the four-wheel drive Sizzly. Oh yeah, I'll just show you the sills if the camera will let you see them. Let's have a look at the sills. Can't see me at all. There goes me. These springs. You know how you're picking that up, guys, because I can't see it. But I'll run my fingers all the way down the sills, and there's not one spot of rust. I lifted the boot carpet up, no rust. And there's none even down there, which is fantastic. I tell you, I'm really chuffed with this, guys and girls. I am really, really happy with this. So hopefully the next bit of a video is going to be the engine running, sounding like a lovely little purring kitten. or a clunking wreck, one of the two. It can either go two ways. I've got no idea what the history of the vehicle is. I've got no idea what the history of the engine is. I know that the oil levels, it's not full of oil, but it's not far off. It's got a newish oil filter on it, which is pretty nice. It's looks like a Halford's oil filter. Got a bit of an oil leak down there as well, but I think that's coming from the rocker cover gasket. Could be coming from the cylinder head gasket. I'm not sure. We'll see. Like I say, if I have got to take the cylinder head off, it should be a nice easy job because it is only a pushrod engine, so I haven't got to mess around with timing belts and pulleys and things. Should be a walk in the park. We will see. So it looks like it's got a thermostat on it at some point in time. Could be a new one, it could be just the fact that this car has done so little miles. But yes, we'll see, guys and girls, we'll see. I like how it's got the place for the Fiat Panda jack, but Seat put their own jack on it, which is that thing there. But you still got the cutout in your washer bottle for the Fiat Panda jack. That's quite funny. So yeah, we'll have a look, see what it's like, see what the brake fluid's like. Is that what nice and good? Yeah, it's a bit black and yucky in there, look. I'll have to change that. It's probably still really on the original brake fluid. They're only doing 20,000 miles, it's probably the original stuff. Naughty naughty, you're supposed to change it. We'll give it a full fluids change anyway. Full fluids, radiator, let's have a look in there. Not too bad, it's not full of yuck or anything. Even in the overflow tank it still looks pretty decent. Put the cap back on again. But yes, guys and girls, I'm pretty chuffed with this. I'm quite happy with it. Come on, cap. There we go. So we will go from there. Thankfully at the scrapyard these were wound right in, so you couldn't get under the bonnet because it didn't lift the bonnet up. So I'm hoping that it will be, you know, well, I was hoping that no one had been underneath the bonnet, and thankfully no one had been. And because you couldn't get the bonnet up, the guy couldn't see what the fault was with the engine, so he just literally scrapped it because of that one simple wire. And my hope is that that wire is just snapped off there, off the back of the starter motor, and it'll run as soon as I make a new one up for it, because that just links the back of the alternator, you can see down there, links the back of the alternator up to the starter motor solenoid, which is down there somewhere, but the camera ain't going to focus. Anyway, guys and girls, thanks for watching this little bit of a video, and if I get it started, keep watching, I'll stick another one up. Peace out. Thanks for watching.